Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and Overwatch has seen countless updates in the game, along with countless skins that have been added over the past couple of years. But something that we rarely ever see are the two, where skins get an update or skins get some sort of change. And while it's definitely rare to see, it has happened a handful of times. And today I want to do just that. I want to look at all the skins that have seen some sort of update over the past 7 years that Overwatch has existed, which is wild to think because I know the Overwatch community is not the kindest whenever we get a terrible skin, and I imagine they often go to the artists and bully them, and I'm surprised these artists have this thick of skin to the point where they don't ever edit their work or their skins. But before we look at the skins that change, I want you to comment down below what skin you want to see get edited in the future, because oftentimes I see Dragoon Mercy wanted to be changed because people hate the mask, or a Talon Summer because people hate the hair, and that makes me sad because I had hair exactly like that. But the first skin we're going to be looking at involves Hanzo and his casual skin. God, this is the first here we gotta be looking at. Y'all know I despise this here with every inch of my heart, but apparently when the casual Hanzo skin came out with the 2017 Winter Wonderland event, people also hated the original edition of this casual Hanzo skin that had Hanzo in a what the heck is that, a white beard? And it gets even worse when you look at the portrait of this skin, looking like a low polygon sleep paralysis demon that you find in Phasmophobia. Look, the Winter Wonderland event has had some questionable skins released during its time. The Mei skin is the first one that comes to mind. The Zarya dandruff skin also comes to mind. And while the casual Hanzo skin doesn't look bad, when it first released with the gray beard, everyone just looked at it and be like, huh? Like, why does he have a graying beard but no graying hair? It would make sense if he had graying hair and a graying beard, but no, he's only stressed out in half of his face. And it gets even more confusing when you realize that this skin was inspired from a comic that released in the original Winter Wonderland event in 2016, where a panel had Hanzo looking into a window of a bakery or some sort of house. If he's creeping on me in my bedroom, I don't know what's going on, but in that portrait, he had his natural colored haired beard. So I don't understand why the artist took the liberty to give him a gray beard. But with enough convincing from Blizzard and probably bullying from the Overwatch community, the artist went back and gave him a normal colored beard, along with kind of shaving it and making it look a whole lot better. Like, Hanzo actually looks good. He actually looks good in this skin, with the exception of his pants. If we can make one more edit, can we please stop giving him diarrhea dragon pants, bro? But while that skin was changed due to bullying, this change was due to probably also bullying, if I'm gonna be honest, because it involves Mei and her Luna and Change skin. Now, I want you to look very closely at both of these pictures. What do you notice that is different? I'll give you 2 seconds. All right, have you figured it out yet? It's her butt. I'm not even kidding. It's her butt and also her waist. See, for whatever reason, when these two skins originally released, they made her waist so snatched, along with making her butt just protrude so much outward to the point where you could literally put a glass of water on it and it would balance. And I'm not trying to objectify Mei, because y'all know I absolutely love Mei, but you cannot deny that the design choice made her so voluptuous and curvy, way more so than we've ever seen before in her classic skin. And you might be wondering, okay, well, what's the issue with Mei having a skinny waist and a gigantic butt? And there's not necessarily a problem with having a skinny waist and a giant butt, but when it comes to Mei's original body type, at least when it was inferred, was that it was supposed to represent a more plump and curvier body type, like in the belly. And when it comes to Overwatch, the whole premise of this game is representation, whether it is body types, nationalities, ethnicities. And when Mei's body is glitched to the point where her waist is even skinnier than Tracer's and her butt is even bigger than Widowmaker, that's when people had a problem with it. So Blizzard decided to call this a glitch rather than a design flaw, and in the next update, they brought her butt just a little bit more inward and gave her a little bit more meat in her belly. But moving away from body posy, the next thing we're gonna be talking about is funky posy, because when the Baptiste funky skin originally came out, this was probably a bigger crime than having a curvy Mei, because for whatever reason, his discus didn't have the disco ball feature. Yeah, I can't believe it either. The original Funky Baptiste, when it came out with the anniversary event, didn't have the thing that got the party started, that allowed him to get down and dirty and jiggy with it. How was he supposed to dance on the battlefield if he didn't have anything groovy to set the mood? Like, if you thought people were upset with the change in Luna Mei skin glitch, then you didn't even see the half of it when it came to this Funky Baptiste skin not having the disco ball immortality immortality field. Like, Blizzard has tons of talented artists, and I'm just so surprised that nobody thought of that feature. Well, actually, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, because it is one of those features that I'm sure is harder to animate. Like, you gotta think, not only do you have to actually design the disco ball on the immortality field, but you also gotta have lights reflect it and being able to have it spin and animate it. So that's the only reason why I think that the disco ball feature wasn't originally added, but man, people were upset. But with enough convincing and probably bullying, if I'm gonna be honest, from the Overwatch community, Blizzard heard our cries and said in the next update they would change his immortality field to be able to represent a disco ball so that you can have this skin and be able to dance underneath it. And thank God, because Blizzard, I almost lost faith in them. But this next skin change I found very interesting, because the skin itself didn't receive a change, but rather a victory pose specifically when you have the skin equipped did get changed. And what I'm talking about is the Academy D.va skin. Now, once again, we're gonna play another game of Spot the Difference. Here we're gonna have two different skins but the same victory pose. Can you see what the difference is? Time's up! You can't see up her skirt in the second one, you dirty, dirty boy. Whenever you have the Academy D.va skin or the remixed Varsity skin equipped, along with having the sitting victory pose equipped, no longer does it have D.va prop her left leg up, but rather having her cross her legs so that the player couldn't see up her admittedly shorter skirt. But I think the reason why they changed it specifically for Academy and Varsity, and it's actually sad to talk about this, but there is a huge thing about looking up schoolgirl skirts, and I think Blizzard, they just didn't want to have any sort of idea of that in the game, even though I'm sure they know about those videos online, but within the game, they just want to have a fun competitive shooter where you throw toxicity at one another, because isn't that what we all want at the end of the day? But something else that we also want is for people to be happy and just simply live, which is the only time I'll laugh and make a semi-joke when talking about this next skin update, because there is nothing funny about this skin once you find out the reason as to why it changed. But this involves Zarya and her Artic and Siberian front skin. And if we play Spot the Difference, I'm not going to even give you any time to try to figure out the change here, because if you look on the top left of her chest, you're going to see there is a missing Z in the updated version. And the reason for the Z's removal on Zarya, and I could be wrong here, but I think this was Blizzard's reasoning, is because the Z was used as a symbol or propaganda for the pro-war efforts in Russia between the Russian and Ukraine war. And look, you guys know I never talk about politics or wars or really a lot of the things that happen in the real world. I just stay in the Overwatch bubble, because the whole point of my channel is to take you away from that kind of stuff for 5 to 10 minutes and just entertain you. So I'll just keep it as simple as the Z was used as a pro-war propaganda tool, and they didn't feel like it was appropriate to put it on a Russian hero that's supposed to represent something that Russia is not really representing. It's sad when you find out as to why both of these skins had to be updated. Luckily, it was such a minor change that I don't think anybody was losing sleep about a simple Z getting removed from the skin. And frankly, most of you guys probably didn't even know the skin did get updated, but I feel like it's important to know why the skin got updated so that you can do your own research as to why the world isn't that great of a place. And I hate that I end this video on such a somber note, but hopefully next video can be a little bit more happier. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.